Hello everybody, let's take a practice. We're getting very close to Christmas and there could be potentially a little bit of stress going on as people's plans have been changed potentially, and there's a little bit of anxiety around and on top of the usual stresses that Christmas can bring. I always find it quite interesting how this one day of the year can cause so much grief, in as much as there's frantic shopping and behaviour that is causing a lot of anxiety unnecessarily. We're all different and we all like to have things in a certain way. We don't like to lose control over certain situations. We, as humans, like to be organised and on top of everything. But one of the lessons that the yoga practices have taught me is that everything is never the same. Everything changes so quickly. And we've had that demonstrated this week. So why not take a time now to relax? Take a comfortable position. You could be seated, you could be lying down, and I'll leave you to decide. Set aside around 5 or 10 minutes for this practice and allow yourself to have a little bit of a gap before you move towards another task. Breathing is a natural state. It's an automatic process that happens. We don't normally think about it. When we're in our physical yoga practices in class, we always have that breath as the point of focus and the go-to as we take the physical practices and then moving into the relaxations and meditations. And the reason for that is to use the breath as a lovely tool to take us away from the overthinking, overstimulation. So as you're making yourself comfortable now, feel the weight of your body, if you're seated or if you're lying down. And then take the awareness to your breath. Take 5 slow, deep breaths in and out. So I'll give you a bit of time to do that. Just breathing in slowly, deeply, 5 breaths. So that 5 breathing inhalations are slow and deep, extended, and then the exhalations provide you with that feeling of complete softness. Your eyes might be closed by now, or they may still be open. However, after the 5th exhalation, gently allow your eyes to close. And begin, when you're ready, to let the breath come into a natural rhythm. One that is not forced, one that is not manipulated. You're not trying to do anything right now except notice. Notice the breath in and the breath out. And then as you're breathing, take the awareness to the physical body letting go. If you're seated in a chair, your spine will be extended and you're feeling tall as you sit. If you're lying down, you're just letting the whole of your body relax into the space beneath your body. Simply breathing in and breathing out. So, without modifying the breath pace, so now that perhaps you've found a natural rhythm, let's begin to take the attention to the breath above everything else. And we're going to do that today with a simple practice of counting the breath, which most of you will be familiar with. And so what I'd like you to do is count backwards from 27 to 1. And this is something we do frequently in our yoga nidra practices. It provides us with an opportunity to use the breath as a tool, and counting the breath allows us to stay completely focused. So I'm going to chime the bell when you're going to start, and I'll also chime the bell when I ask you to stop. And what you're going to do is count like this. I'll give you the example. So it's mentally to yourself, you're breathing in, reciting to yourself, breathing in 27, and on the exhalation, mentally recite, breathing out 27. And then you breathe in 26, you mentally say that, breathing out 26. So I'm going to chime the bell and allow yourself to begin that counting with the chime now. slowly cease your counting and return to that awareness that you are now breathing without counting. And notice the stillness in the physical body. Be aware of the air in the nose as you breathe. You're still consciously breathing. You're still aware of the breath. You're just now not counting. Just feeling yourself in these final moments before we return to the rest of the day, just to observe the inner peacefulness, the inner calm, and think about this moment that you've had as a pause, a moment to reflect, a moment to reset before you continue into the rest of the afternoon or the morning. So what I'd encourage you to do when you're ready is to make some slow movements and re-emerge from the practice. And if possible, set yourself some time over the next couple of days to do this as often as you need. And maybe the counting of the breath, you could be taking this practice without my guidance and taking the counting from 27 backwards to 1 and going all of the way without losing your place, without needing to have any props around you. You could be sitting in a chair and you just know that you need a little bit of time, a little bit of stillness. So it's very accessible. You don't need to hear a voice. You don't need any other material. You've just got your breath. Over the next few weeks and over our summer holiday period, I will be expanding on some breathing techniques, some of them more complicated than others, some that will need my guidance a little further. But for now, this is a great place to start. And I will check in with you again very, very soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye.